Here's a short video on solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Now, we've learned over the last couple of weeks that when you have a quadratic equation, you have to get all the terms on one side and 0 on the other side, just like we've already got here. And then the first thing you try and do is factorise, and we've learned how to solve them with factorising. However, sometimes you get an equation like this one, which cannot be factorised. You cannot factorise this equation. So we need another strategy for solving them. And we have one, it's called the quadratic formula. Now, just like with factorising, with the quadratic formula you have to have all the terms on one side and 0 on the other side, which we already have here. And so then you need the equation to be written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b and c are just all normal numbers. Okay, and we have that here. Okay, you should be able to see that b is 2, because that's what I've got written in front of my x. C, well, it's plus c, and here I've got minus 11, so c is minus 11. Now, it might look like I don't have an a, but remember that x squared is just the same as saying 1x squared. So a equals 1. Okay, so I've got my number in front of my x squared is a, my number in front of my x is b, and my number on the end is c. Okay, and then there is a formula that you have to substitute into, and that formula is x equals minus b plus and minus, I'll come on to that in a minute, the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, I know at this point a lot of you will want to switch off the video and go and do English or science or one of your option subjects. I can assure you, once you've done this for yourself, it's not as complicated as it looks. Okay? The reason there is a plus and a minus is that there are two solutions. Just like when you factorise, there's two solutions. One of your solutions will be minus b plus all of this over 2a, and the other solution will be minus b minus all of this over 2a. So we've done most of the work now. I found out what a is. A was 1, b was 2, and c was minus 11. I've written down the formula. That's most of the work done. I'm going to do 2 examples. On this first one, I'm going to show you how you do it with a calculator. If you've got it with a calculator, as I said, almost all the work's done. I'm going to substitute this in. X equals minus b, well, b is 2, so it's going to be minus 2, plus and minus the square root of b squared, well, that's going to be 2 squared, minus 4 times a, well, a is 1, times c is minus 11, over 2a, which is 2 times 1. And that's pretty much all the work I have to do. The calculator's going to do the rest of the work for me. I'm going to get my calculator, and I'm just going to type that in. But I can't do plus and minus on my calculator because that's 2 sums at once. So to start with, I'm just going to do it with a plus. Minus 2 plus the square root of 2. And I'm just going to type in the whole thing exactly as I've got it. Should be a multiplied in there, I apologise. On my sheet. Minus 11 over 2 times 1, and that's going to give me my first solution just by typing that whole thing in my calculator, and it gives it me in sort of, this is called surd form first. I'm not worried about that. I press SD and it goes at a decimal, 2.4641. So I'm going to put x equals 2.4641, and I don't really want that whole long thing, so I'm going to say x equals 2.46 to 3 significant figures. And that's only one of my solutions because I have to do plus and have to do minus. Now I could type the whole thing out again, but if I press the back button on my calculator, I can go back in, save me typing the whole thing, and delete that plus and change it to a minus, And that gives me my other solution. There it is in one form, but if I want it as a decimal, minus 4.4641, x equals minus 4.4641. Lots of 4 ones here. So x equals minus 4.46 to 3 significant figures. And that's it. So it seems really complicated at first, but actually all I'm really doing is just substituting and then typing it in my calculator, and the calculator does the rest of the work.